Sandals and shorts, and surf, and scuba, and sand, and sailing, and soccer. San Diego, California.
Previously on Two Balls and a Mic.
And season's greetings to you and all from Two Balls and a Mic headquarters here, the most southwesternly podcast in the continental United States. Two Balls and a Mic, season's greetings 283 on a Monday. San Diego FC finish off a great, world tour. Sometimes it feels like a world tour how big the U.S. is.
Definitely international.
Definitely international, absolutely. San Diego FC 9 points on the road, coming back and returning to home base as the first place in the Western Conference. Milaneloski asserting himself as a absolute legend, bona fide legend for San Diego FC with his 4-goal performance against Vancouver. Then an FC Dallas match that, wasn't pretty, but it got it done. Angel, the resurgence of El Colombiano. We're going to touch on that subject as we preview them coming back to Snapdragon here this weekend. Also, we'll talk about a little bit of San Diego way, some goals, gaps, some greats, some UPSL soccer, everything soccer in San Diego. My name is Tony Santos, along with El Abraham Cepeda.
Hello, how you guys doing? Hey now.
Soccer. SanDiego.Futbol soccer on SanDiego.Futbol. That is the name of the game. Where's Chiva?
He quit. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm Chiva now. It's a moniker. I've taken on the name.
Season's greetings. Still watching the Club World Cup match, Man City versus Al Hilal match now on Eastern Time. Olivier Giroud still drinking over Este Inter's loss in the UPSL. Absolutely. Season's greetings. Hi, everybody from East County, Yuma, Arizona. Watch the Ilosti Golf Fest from a hospital bed. And Tommy Angel Dusting win from home. Hug your loved ones. Absolutely, Nick. Hopefully that performance helped you get out and better. Back-to-back San Diego FC wins last week. Absolutely. We'll get to it here. And absolutely more. Good question. And the question that will be answered. Where is Chiva? Well, it's on a little bit of a break. Decided to stay at home tonight. But we have a camera live and direct.
He's back. He's back.
Right there.
Let's
on
go.
The virtual
What's up,
stage.
boys?
Season's greetings, Chiva. Season's greetings to everybody involved. What's up? That's a very strong fist pump. Two Bones and a Mic brought to you in part by our wallets. Brought to you in part by the hard work that we do in the community here for San Diego and soccer, everything going around. Cool little event that we had last weekend for KPBS. A little bit of a cool discussion. Let's Kick It event with KPBS at the San Diego State campus. Some cool pickups. We did a live stream there. Chiva, you were out there too. Some cool people out around town. We've seen them. Sometimes they've been part of the Sarape women's soccer San Diego, women play soccer San Diego, I believe. Kicks and Giggles, which was the highlight for me. Walking soccer. It was honestly a revelation.
Walking goalkeeper as well, or is it just
they can Like
Oh.
walking soccer is so interesting. Hi Chiba, how are you? How was it for you? I'll get into walking soccer. How was that? Yeah.
What's up? Taking my work from home day a little too seriously today with you guys. Haha.
All right.
Oh, mira el gato.
No need. Atu.
No, put it back. Oh, mira. Everyone say hi. Meow.
It's all good.
You came on the podcast on us.
Oh my gosh.
She's so
Just-
cool.
His voice is so different when he talks to his cats
No,
than when he
and,
talks
like,
to us.
And no, 100%. And like
There's
I
so
can't-
much
I can't
love
stand it.
and like fatherliness to him.
Yeah.
He's a cat dad. He's a kitty cat.
The song.
Is Shiva the cat lady? Yeah, pretty much.
I am the cat lady.
100%. But yeah, so the KPBS live stream, you spoke pretty much with everybody. You held it down as I played walking soccer and got destroyed by some, respectfully, probably older than 40 years old, maybe double that age, ladies. And it was very interesting. But you talked to some cool people out there, Chiba.
Yeah, no, it was really dope. I mean, got to talk to Gyasi over from Chicano Chicano Futsal, and just like, did I chop that? Anyways, they had their Rey del Barrio event on Sunday as well. Got to talk to Carolina Soto from Let's Go South Bay. In the topics of the resources that they're providing to young women in South Bay. I mean, we're all from the South Bay and we love and support the South Bay. So it was a really nice conversation. We had Street Soccer USA on there. We had Frontera San Diego on there. So it was really a fun chat to have with everyone. We had Brandon and Esteban from Baller Crew joining us towards the end as well. So it was a really cool event. I mean, it was fun to get to know people that are part of the soccer community, but are still kind of like getting into the soccer community. Tony, we've been doing this for 5 years now. And, you know, we met people that, hey, I love watching your guys' podcast. I'm still very new at watching this. And like, I love how you guys break it down for us. So, I mean, it was just really cool to see. Tony, I don't know how you felt about that, but I thought it was really fun to be a part of.
Brandon's got a sick shirt on, by the way.
Yeah, no, these kids have the coolest shirts now. Like you're just
all there is, man.
All I agree with that. But yeah, KPBS really kind of spearheading a community project with that. Shout out Jacob and Elaine working with KPBS and the reporters and the work that went into that. Really cool. Kicks and giggles. Really quick before we get goals, gaps, kickoffs, SanDiego FC's probably best run in the
I think
toughest.
they're in the midst of their best run
This is the best,
history.
100% best run in their history away. These were the tests. If you came out with maybe 4 points, you would have been happy, but no, they come back with 9. It's incredible what SanDiego FC is doing. But Kicks and Giggles is an organization, a nonprofit started by Coach Chelsea is her name, and essentially it's walking soccer, and it allows everybody, whoever wants to play, to get out there and have a chance to just play soccer, man. Like that's really what it is. But it's kind of very difficult because you have to unlearn some rules in soccer to really kind of play proper. Here we go. This lady right there. This lady, Elaine. Oh my goodness. Left winger extraordinaire.
Okay.
Like incredible. Like some of the passes are way too long, but because you can power walk, right?
Okay.
So you're power walking. In the rules of walking soccer, you can't challenge, you can't tackle.
And you're defending.
So you kind of have to just walk them back. But in my competitiveness now, I'm thinking of ways to maybe if I get in front of it, and anytime the ball is stopped, dead ball situation, goal kick, corner kick, anything, the first pass is free. So you start adding strategy to the soccer, and it's and it's a workout. I got a workout in there. It's a really cool time. Kicks and Giggles. Shout out. Hopefully we can have her, Coach Chelsea, on for a community segment. But yeah, look at that, power walking. If you run, it's a foul, dead ball.
Okay.
The ball can't go above anybody's waist at any point.
No, it does do some good things as far as like simplifying the game and can help you because you have to like think about the game from a very strategic standpoint of just slowing down, finding your person to pass to, being able to get past the defender. And you're not able to just like use your speed or hopefully someone else messes up. You really got to just like focus on kind of the technical part. Is that correct?
Este señor, ¿cómo se llama? Yeah, no, 100% correct. And there's a gentleman there, older gentleman, Ben Contraya Medias, full kit and everything. Just couldn't like stop challenging people and
Oh.
like stop running. Like it's
Yeah.
really cool. But it was fun out there. So shout out, kicks and giggles. Thank you everybody for joining. Remember, we're going to talk about San Diego FC and how they are, a legit contender for not only the first place as they are right now in the Western Conference, but the Supporters Shield potentially, because that is, what's going to potentially put San Diego FC into the Legends category of inaugural team, because right now they're on pace to be the best inaugural team in MLS history right now. It's incredible what's happening out there. Chiba, do you have anything else on that?
No, I do gotta say, I mean, the conversations after the soccer part and the KPBS building was really fun as well. But I mean, I will say, watching you all play walking soccer under the beaming sun, it looked tiring. I don't envy it. I wanted to play, but I don't envy it. I would have gotten sunburnt, but it looked like a lot of fun. That's probably the group of people that had the most like interaction there.
Yeah, it was a fun time. So highly recommended. Check out Kicks and Giggles on Instagram. They're starting to get some following and trying to get the word out there. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. We'll kick this off and it'll lead us into San Diego FC talk. And this is your goals, gaps, and greats. All right, let's go ahead and talk some goals, gaps, and grades, where we talk about the best aspects of soccer in San Diego this past week, some goals, some gaps, and some greats. And let me tell you, there was plenty of each. And with 2 San Diego FC games before the last episode, plenty of opportunities for this. But I'll just go ahead and start with the goal of the week is going to go to one resurging Colombian player. We've been asking more of him. We've been asking and being critical of like, hey, you're wearing the 9. You're not necessarily, walking the walk of a 9. He scores a golazo against Club America in a friendly and off a set piece. He scores last game and caps off an incredible game against Vancouver to take first place. And then he goes and does the following. Tomás Ángel with your SanDiego.Futbol's goal of the week.
CJ Dos Santos getting down to his right quickly and not leaving a rebound.
Lawfulson now for San Diego. Dreyer in the box, looking for Angel!
97th minute stoppage time game winner by number 9 for San Diego FC, Tomás Ángel.
Yeah, that was just a great goal, especially at like such a needed time. And we kind of saw him pressing a bit in that Club America game. Like even though it's a friendly, you can tell he was very upset and hard on himself for not being able to score. And then getting 2 goals within the week for him has got to be such a big deal, especially with like so many people on this SDFC team fighting for that striker position, and for him to be able to like keep it going and notch one in, especially that late in the game, is really big for him.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot to prove, right? I mean, like you said, Iloski's on fire. Imbartsen came back, but is still injured again. So he definitely has to step up. And we've seen Mikey Vara say over and over again that you need to make a difference coming off the bench if you want to become a starter. So you have one player kind of like scoring a lot of goals and scoring a hat trick, the fastest hat trick in MLS history. But then now you have your backup striker winning you a last minute winner. So it's a good problem if you're Mikey Varas because all your players are competing against each other, but they're excelling at a high level.
Yeah, and look, that's a typical 9 center forward goal.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the box. You're exactly where you need to be. It's scrappy. La cuchareas. You just blast it up top. You hit the roof of the goal, just making it happen. So just the control in traffic and in not taking, too many little pitter patters, not thinking about it too much. That was a great effort there by Tomas Angel.
I think my favorite part about it is like the short little push off he has before he even gets the ball while he's still making the run. It's because like when you're a smaller player too, I think a lot of the time you see that, and it's like just very light, not super, doesn't have to be necessary, but enough to get his defender off of him that he stays wide open. It's those like little details that you see from a striker that are really impressive.
It's also his wick,
The slightest little push right there, right? Like you're not gonna get a foul for that, but it's enough to keep him away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then still wide open, boom, able to make this shot.
And that's the thing, right? A lot of the defenders are gonna think he's gonna go to his left. He's stronger with his left. He only shoots with his left. He takes out with his weak shot, and it turns out to be a great shot down the middle that the goalkeeper's not expecting either. So, like you said, Tony, it's that classic striker instinct, right? To just stop it one time, shoot it, you're in there, and hope for the best. And the best did happen.
That's why Tomas Angel wins SanDiego.Futbol's goal of the week. All right. Why did San Diego FC need a last game winner? Last minute winner? Part of the reason is because, they had a rotation squad out there. I mean, we saw some players that we haven't seen in a while for San Diego FC. You saw Lawfulsen. You saw some negative action. You saw Manu Dua, who got the start, as we pointed out on social media, getting his first start in an official MLS game. This time in his preferred position, center midfielder. He did start as a center back against Club America. He did pretty well back there. This time playing against FC Dallas in some MLS style play, and it was like, okay, well, they're giving him the nod. Mikey Varas has seen enough. He wants to see more of Manu Dua. Unfortunately for Manu Dua, this happens.
Was by far the highest percentage. You're almost forced to guess, right? How did you play that when you were in a penalty spot?
There's 3 ways to go, right? Right, left, oh boy.
Oh, it's given away. Musa swerving. Musa! FC Dallas! Header Musa equalizes, and this one should stick.
Wow, the hundreds of fans were going wild.
That was 11,000 fans officially, as was on the post-match report here, emailed to us into media. Is that really on him? Okay.
This is kind of what I wanted to ask, is that a lot of people were pointing to this as the potentially would have been the reason that they wouldn't have won this game, or one of the major errors. But to me, I think this is not as bad as the Christopher McVeigh mess up on goal.
Okay.
Because I think this is
Yeah.
very much invited by what Mikey Varas wants. And he's covered pretty well here, is trying to send it back. Maybe McVeigh can make a little bit of a better effort, or like he's kind of in a position where he has absolutely nothing to do. It's not really, I don't really know what McVeigh is doing so far to the right, maybe trying to be a little bit more open. But yeah, it is basically just a pass straight to like the forward there. So it's a tough play for sure. You definitely can't be making that play, but if you're wanting to play this style, it's gonna happen.
Chiva?
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, in this freeze frame you have, right? Like you see Manu Dua already with his head up saying, like, I messed up. Like he knows that's a mistake. And you know what? Those mistakes happen in soccer, and that's how you learn from that. Luckily, San Diego FC ended up winning this game, but he's in a tough situation. Like, he has 2 players there. He thinks McVay is gonna be there, but it's not the best pass. He doesn't look up. It's just a sloppy pass, especially from a center midfielder. But again, you learn from those mistakes, and if it continues to happen, then that's when you have that discussion. Oh well, Manu Dua maybe it's not the player that we all thought he would be. But I mean, it's just a one-time thing. Like, you never know. One of the center backs should absolutely be there. I agree. Like, definitely the center back should be there, but they're also not expecting a pass that hard in between both the center backs straight into the attacking player.
No, I agree. Right. It's a learning lesson. Mikey Varas also obviously thought so. Manu Dua not finishing the game, coming off at the half for Tomas Angel, which, I mean, call it what you want, right? Like, I was texting with some of the Chromaniacs, and they were like, hey.
Wow. Remember when we used to get texts during the game, Chiva?
I remember.
I
remember those days.
You guys don't engage, especially. I mean,
I'm the only one texting
hey,
nowadays.
You know what? No,
maybe
you're
you know
here.
What?
You're
I'm gonna
in
go
person.
text the Chromaniacs. No, I'm gonna go text the Chromaniacs. Anyways, but yeah, it's a definitely a gaff, but
it's a gaff. And at the end of the day, guess what? Like, there was still a chance. Acosta still has to score this. Like, it's not like he was just given, like you were talking about, like the McVay giveaway, where it's just literally a own goal. Still has to get rid of a defender, get past Dos Santos. But definitely involved was Manu Dua there in that one. But they survived. They survived in that one. So with that said, that brings us to there can only be one. There can only be one SanDiego.Futbol grade of the week. And I mean, if you had to guess, Chiva, do you know who it is actually?
Not San Diego, Inter. I'm gonna go with Milan Losky.
Milan Losky. Who? That is the name. That jersey has to be retired. It has to be in the MLS soccer, whatever, Hall of Fame. Milan Losky against Vancouver, the first place team, gets a start, is being told, here, I trust you with this team. Marcus Varston back on the injury report, by the way. I don't know if you guys clocked that.
Would he have even started had Marcus Varston not been on the injury report?
Probably not. Probably not. But Marcus Varston aside, and literally everybody else aside, Milan Losky had the performance of a lifetime.
To start the second half, wonderful ball from Deverskov. Dreyer, a fourth for Losky! My goodness! Simply remarkable. Milan Losky has scored 4 goals in 12 minutes of play. And look at Dreyer. He just goes
incredible. Well, that's that. 4 goals in 12 minutes of play.
Insane.
That is wild.
He was so good in this game too, especially during that 12-minute period. The way I equated it to is like when you're playing FIFA on a level that's like way lower than you're supposed to be against the computer.
Yeah.
And you're playing as a striker and you're just completely making like way too many goals in such a short period of time. That's what it looked like with him on the field, and especially with Anders Dreyer just putting in perfect balls to him. It was like so exciting to watch too, just untouchable at that point. And he's done it at every level, which is the craziest part to me. Like he did it when he was in the Pac-12 with UCLA. He did it with the USL, and now he's doing it in MLS. Like, it's impressive.
It's incredible what he's been able to do. The laundry list of accolades in the post-match information. Ilowski becomes the fastest player to score 4 goals in a match. Milan Ilowski, in his second start after scoring, which, by the way, he also scored in the game before. So he's on a scoring tear right now. He's already been scoring most goals per minutes played. And I've never seen a case where like you usually think, oh, he's gonna get a start, then his average is gonna go down for sure, right? His average is for sure, just mathematically speaking, his average goals per minutes are gonna go down. But then he comes in with a 4-goal performance, and he missed a couple. He missed a couple in that game too. He missed a couple, and it could have been more. But I mean, it's just terrifying and very appropriate of his family naming him, name dropping what his nickname is.
Nightmare.
Milan the Nightmare Iloski.
Escondido Nightmare. That is an amazing nickname. I think I'm only going to call him Nightmare on. He's just so good. So good in this game.
Chiva?
Look, you talk about legendary performance, right? And you're spot on, Tony. Like 4 goals in 12 minutes of play. It reminds me of that Lewandowski 5 goals in 9 minutes match in the Champions League with Bayern Munich. Like those are the type of players in games that people remember for a while and forever. And Milan Iloski is doing that. If I'm being completely honest, I think at this point, if Milan Iloski stays at this rate and stays at this level, he's too good for MLS. Northland's gonna want him back. What he performs like this the rest of the season if he stays with SanDiego FC? What is it that maybe Ajax or someone else in Netherlands or another team in Europe is not gonna want to pick him up? This type of performance raises some eyebrows for the national team and say, "Oh, who's this guy? Let's call him up." So I think if anything, this is opening up a lot of doors for Milan Iloski, not just staying in San Diego, but potentially moving to a bigger club in Europe.
Dude did the soccer equivalent of hitting through a cycle in his first start. Is 4 goals harder than a cycle?
Yeah, the cycle is kind of one of the more overrated stats in baseball, in my opinion, just because it's like if you hit like 2 home runs, it's kind of better than a cycle.
Yeah,
it's like 8 total bases, you know.
Yeah.
So
you know what a cycle is, Shiva?
Yeah, batter hits a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in the same game.
My goodness.
But this is definitely better than a cycle. I think just because he does it's like the perfect hat trick. He gets the header, the right foot, the left foot. Like it just looked so good, and for it to happen so fast too.
It's the perfect game in baseball. It's a perfect game in baseball.
Yeah,
and you're the pitcher, and you just threw nothing but immaculate innings.
Is it a little bit not ruined, but a little bit more questionable when it's a 5-3 game versus it being like potentially 4-1?
Okay, what do you want him to do? Go defend and be goalkeeper too? Like you're already asking him, and he did deliver 4 goals. Like there's nothing. Like the ratings for him, I think
for
Foot
him,
Mob had him like at 9.9 or up in. I mean, what else could he have
for
done?
him? You're right.
Can I say this? Messi has never scored a perfect hat trick in his career.
Yeah.
Milan Iloski's never won the World Cup. Milan Iloski's never.
Not yet.
You think USA is going to win a World Cup?
That's 2026. That's their year, isn't it?
Messi's won the exact same number of MLS Cups as Milan Iloski.
What about Supporters Shield? Maybe that changes this year.
Maybe the way this is going, San Diego FC is on a good one. But this is only going to make him more expensive. Tyler Heaps, just looking at his wallet, looking at that GAM-TAM, looking at the DP slots and making decisions and moves. I mean, at this point, it would be crazy if Heaps just like, let him cook more and return him. He's fine. Like outright stay as a loan the rest of the season, or would you want to just outright buy him right now?
You gotta buy him. You gotta keep him.
You have to buy him.
You cannot let him go back to like Denmark. Like at this point, I think it would be just like you'd have to be so in your own head about your belief in the system and the right to dream in a way that like if that backfires on you, it would look insanely dumb in my opinion. You have to keep a person that's scoring at this high level, especially a San Diegan at that. You have to keep him.
It's the perfect package. Everything in one. If San Diego FC was to have a lab, it's essentially kind of what they do have with Right to Dream, of like a player to make from San Diego, it's this North County Escondido kid that played with the Latin players in Washington Park and pickup games and knows how to play the U.S. style of play and understands his place in FC Northland and where he needs to get that DNA in, come in and just, hey, try it out. What can possibly go wrong? Nothing. Everything can go right. And not only do you have a hero on the marketing side, you actually have somebody that you can deploy at any given moment and be an important factor. Not only did Milan Iloski score in the game before the game, he scored 4 goals. The game after in FC Dallas, he was also a starter, and he also was part of the goal scoring contributions, and he assisted. So, I mean, like, however we want to see it. Milan Iloski, great of the week for SanDiego.Futbol. If I was to ask him, I hope he'd have a better reaction than what Joe Corona did.
Sorry, what? You want?
Excuse me?
No, here it is, actually.
Sorry, what? You want?
Sorry, what? That was literally what Joe Corona said to that. But with any case, goals, gaps, and greats, let's get into SanDiego.Futbol. Talk of San Diego FC. San Diego FC. Wow, that banner changed. I didn't even touch it.
Whoa.
Gracias, señor Mike. Licenciado.
Real quick, but I mentioned it. I think I kind of want to start the discussion here a little bit. That does it change it a little bit for you that it ended up being 5-3? Like the defense honestly didn't look great to me in that game. Like,
yeah, but it's Vancouver.
Vancouver is a really good team, yeah, but like
Vancouver is one of the best teams in MLS.
That kind of MLS game stressed me out a little bit as far as like, wow, is this what these playoff matches could look like? Just like insane 5-3 games where you have like a star that comes out of nowhere and puts up a 4-goal performance, and then you have the other team that's scoring that much. Like that kind of was just like a lot to watch, in my opinion.
That's what MLS is.
Is
though.
that what
like,
MLS
that's
is?
Literally,
This is a classic MLS game. Yeah,
and as much as like, I want to just of course, like it was so back and forth. It was absolute chaos. Like nobody decides to defend. Like it's the same thing with like earlier in the season for San Diego FC, right? You get a goal from halfway by Anders Dreyer. Like what? Like how much more MLS do you want, right? Like. This is when Zlatan came in and started doing everything Zlatan does, and it was like, yeah, no, like this league allows for these types of things. It's open for that, and so which makes it in a way a little bit more difficult because it's so unpredictable in what can actually happen. Like Vancouver did not need to get 3 goals in that match whatsoever, right? You can argue that in any other game. Milan Iloski doesn't score 4 goals in 12 minutes. Maybe 2 of those go to hit the post or this, and he gets a brace, and it's still a great match. And he's still fantastic. But on this night, that ended up happening. And let's go ahead and start there because Vancouver was said, hey, yes, they're missing some players. Yes, there are some players on international duty. But this team is one that has been getting it done regardless of any other excuse, much like San Diego FC. San Diego FC has had every excuse to be able to say, hey, first season, we don't have to play well. We can just resort to saying it was a lot of travel, nope. Here they are as they go, first place, and it starts here with this lineup. Dos Santos, Lucas Bombino, Ian Pilcher, once again in the center back position, along with Chris McVeigh, the only player that has played every single minute for San Diego FC, and for me, the Iron Man of this team. And low key, one of the most valuable players on this squad, for sure. On there, Verhoeven on the right-hand side, center back, Yepes Verskov. Then you have Oni Valakari sliding in where Luca de la Torre usually is. You have Alvarado where Godoy usually is. That's kind of now 1-for-1. There is an injury to Alvarado that they're going to go ahead and be monitoring. We'll have news more on that a little bit later. On the left, Alex Smighton, because Chuky Lozano is still nursing that injury. Chuky made his return here against FC Dallas the game after. Anders Dreyer on the right. And the man of the hour, Milan Iloski. Chiva, ¿qué me dices de este lineup?
Yeah, I mean it's as good as it gets, right? Like you mentioned how Vancouver is missing some players, but I would say San Diego FC is missing more players. So I mean, it's at this point in the season, every MLS team is going to have that excuse of, oh, we're missing this players to injury, of we have this players in international duty. You have to adapt with what you have, and that's what San Diego FC is doing. So I mean, you have Milan Losky now at the starting 11. You have the best player in MLS and Anders Dryers starting as well. You still have the Petrevskov, who's probably one of the best midfielders in the league, currently has the most passes completed in MLS. And then you have a center back like Chris McVeigh, who's, like you said, played every minute, and you have two 18-year-olds who are playing great at the fullback positions. So I think this is still a solid team for San Diego.
Absolutely. And again, to the point there that procrastinating Puma was making, he's like, yeah, no, 100%. SDFC is also missing players, very important players for this midweek matchup up in Vancouver's. A lot of travel for SDFC, but the game starts here. Early on, Milan Losky already getting a shot on target, just fixing it a little bit, adjusting it, those sights in order to go ahead and have the ball bounce back and ricochet. But again, that's going to be the house recipe, house special for San Diego FC the entire night. It's just this sort of diagonal passing that just cuts through the defense. And Vancouver really didn't have an answer for this in terms of deploying any sort of defense, because honestly, there wasn't much to do. You just kind of have to sit and watch San Diego FC do their thing when they command so much of the ball, and they're playing for the ball very hard in those positions and putting that high press.
Yeah, no, I think Vancouver had a hard time stopping San Diego FC on their transitions, which is something that San Diego FC has improved a lot from match week 1. I think the way they come out the back and just counterattack without a counterattack presence, like feeling of happening, if that even makes sense, like it's just impressive. Like you hear the commentators talking about like, oh, here comes San Diego again, and it's just 2-3 key passes, and then they're already on the counterattack. Like it's that right to dream San Diego FC style already that it's kicking off. And a couple months ago when they had that losing streak, we're like, oh, maybe they're getting figured out already. But turns out they weren't executing the style correctly, and it's hard to figure out how to stop them.
A lot of discussions too with the Club World Cup in the States about like artificial turf and people not being able to play their style correctly on this surface. And it's definitely a factor. This also being Alfombra up in Vancouver, but right there, Milan Losky getting a rebound and then slotting it in for the first goal. And San Diego FC just kept on going, just literally bulldozing their way through. Milan Losky, a lethal finisher. If there's one thing that Milan Losky absolutely is just does not no perdona
the
in front of goal.
To take this shot when Anders Dreyer is like so open in the middle. Like if you rewatch this play, like he takes it down the left side, jaws, like look, boom, 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 like he has his hand up. Like he definitely could have made that extra pass, but just for the guts for him to know, like, yeah, I already scored once, but I'm gonna like hammer it in again.
Because that's what the book says. The book says you lay it off to Dreyer and he makes the easy tap in. Yeah. But then you're gonna have to go ahead and worry as a striker if your pass is gonna be accurate, it's gonna be heavy, it's gonna be whatever it is. I have the confidence in myself to get this ball. People are gonna probably be looking over to the left anyways. Let me see if I can sneak it in. Even the goalkeeper thought it was going to the left because he has to cover Anders Dryers. But again, that's an invisible assist, if anything, by Anders. Like again, singing the praises of his play.
Assist, even though he does get the assist, but he should get an extra.
Assist. It's an extra assist because it commands respect. The goalkeeper obviously has his near post covered, but he has to at least have his momentum to the left in case there is a pass, so he can track over and cover the rest of the goal. But to be able to recognize Losky getting on that one there. Throughout the broadcast, the commentary team was very, I want to say, very complimentary of Vancouver when there was nothing to compliment. Like, I guess they're in this position, they've gone to, but speaking about this game in and of its own, like Vancouver wasn't the best team. They had some good flashes, they had some returns, they had the flares that weren't working in the background. But Vancouver gets one back 2-1. Chiba, you were going to say something?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's very classic MLS of the commentators to try to back the first place team like Vancouver, right? And it's also very common to mock and not take expansion teams as seriously. So I think San Diego FC are literally shutting mouths around the country with their play style and the way they're sitting in first place right now. But I agree with you. I think the commentary was a little confusing to listen to, especially towards the end. We'll get to it, but say, oh, Vancouver has been the better team, and then boom, Angel scores the fifth one. So
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Vancouver was a little bit better in the possession this game, right? Or were they like even 50-50? I think that might be where that kind of commentary comes from.
52-48 San Diego.
Yeah, 52-40, which is very low for San Diego compared to most of their games. So maybe for these people that are watching San Diego, or you have been watching San Diego and you see like they're not dominating possession, it seems like they're not playing as good of a game, even though in these transitional moments and counterattacks they're able to knock 5 in.
I can definitely see that, and that's the worth of the ball and having the ball, right? If you're able to take the ball away from San Diego FC as much as they did, it's seen as a success. So we're the better team until the 1-0. But then again, this game opened up. Vancouver gets one back. Literally, you can see here, they throw over to the replay. Here's another replay.
Boom.
Unable to clear it out there. Good shot into the angle. Nothing for Los Santos to do. Coming back for the replay. Oh my God, what is happening? Here's Andres Dreyer on the right-hand side. He's going to go ahead and do his little shimmy, his little change of pace. A floated ball, una palomita y un gol. The pyrotechnics are still going from the last goal. Milan Iloski just says, you know what? I know where you put it, Honors. Honors is like, I know where you like it. Here you go. This, any other just situation, just puts the cherry on top. A palomita goal, a diving header like that for number 9 for a striker is one of those beautiful goals.
Yeah, my favorite reaction on this is Alex Mighton, who probably, if Milanoski isn't making that run, could maybe take a shot and get it in. He just like sees it happen right in front of him and then starts tapping his head like, whoa, he hit it with his head. Like, I think Mighton maybe was expecting to get that pass, but Losky just like saw the perfect chance.
Losky didn't want to waste the pyro, so he scored quickly. Hey, he's like, oh man.
He said, let me help him out. No, he did say that this was probably his favorite goal of the night, just because of the difficulty of it. And again, like, it's not easy, and there's a reason why Anders Dreyer is probably named the best player in MLS right now. You're not expecting him to go right and cross with his right foot there. You're expecting him to cut in, maybe cross, maybe try to get a pass or a shot. So his IQ is far above any other player on that field right now. And it was just the perfect ball.
And really quick, just not that one. Chat is going crazy because Man City has lost in the Club World Cup. Breaking news: upsets. Al Hilal tops Man City 4-3. That is breaking news out of the Club World Cup. And yeah, Milan Iloski, just an absolute machine, getting his 4th, like 3 goals to almost a la paso, like in that amount of time. Like it's not unheard of. But that 4th goal is what makes it like special. Like, I don't know. Like, yes, a hat trick is cool to net the first hat trick ever for San Diego FC away in a first place battle. Just this is as good as it gets for San Diego FC. This game is really just a reflection of where everybody was wrong.
Wait, 2 passes. 2 passes. That's all it took. A pass from Yepe to Dreyer, and then Dreyer to Iloski, and then they scored, dude. Like, it's really impressive. And again, we're known to be very critical, but we give the praises. And if the team is playing at this level and this good, you have to acknowledge how good they're playing and how easy they're making it look. I can probably say right now, they're probably the best team in MLS right now. Like I know Philadelphia's ahead in point, but I think if you put San Diego as Philadelphia, I think San Diego kicks Philadelphia's ass right now.
Ooh, I like that.
Whoa. I think they are definitely more informed than we've ever seen them. And like it's hard to imagine something that's stopping them from coming back. Like when they're losing to Dallas, I think a lot of us in that game you expect like, okay, it's hot, it's humid, they're probably just gonna maybe mail it in. That's what the book would say on a normal soccer team on the road. You already performed, you got 6 points already on this road trip. You can take this one a little bit easier, but to like be able to come back and just prove that you are like untouchable right now is really impressive. And I think I agree with you, Chiva, that they could stop anyone right now.
Milan
In the MLS.
Milan Iloski now is the third player from San Diego FC to be named to MLS's 2025 Player of the Match Day, presented by McLaughlin.
I mean, at this point, Milan Iloski should get a last-minute invite to the MLS All-Star team.
Yeah, no, honestly, like if there's a goalkeeper who says, "Hey, man, I don't want to play," like throw Milan Iloski in there. He'll keep a clean sheet. Like he'll do what he has to do. It's just incredible to be able to see that. Again, all the praises to Lewandowski.
Like
You just came up with something.
Lewandowski. Yeah, that's what it would be. Incredible stuff. So that's one. And then you're like, all right, the hard test is over. They're in first place. They're going to be great. They're going to have a great time. They can just go travel to Texas. Whatever happens. Whatever happens from here on out is we're living on borrowed time, right? You already beat Vancouver. You took over first place. And you go and travel into Texas. Chief, Abe,
yeah,
you were in Texas.
I did happen to be in Texas.
Were you in Dallas?
So technically, they're in Frisco, Texas, not Dallas, Texas. So it's basically, compared to where I was at, I think it'd be like if I was going to Oceanside from here. Which part of Texas I was in, but it definitely was hot, humid, gross, sticky. I do not think I like that weather. I doubt it's fun to play in. That was pretty nasty, but definitely a tough game for them to face off against a okay team in the MLS. I think they had some history back then, and then like from what I gathered from the city, it didn't feel like every person in Dallas is all in on FC Dallas. It did feel like from conversations I had with people that seemed like they would enjoy soccer, they were kind of talking about like, oh, Club World Cup, oh, Gold Cup. Like I think MLS is definitely, to the average American soccer man, probably a little bit off their radar right now, just because of how much soccer is going on internationally.
Yeah, no. Same with the Dallas Cowboys. Any big team.
Yeah, they play in like
now
Arlington technically.
Just plays outside. I mean, Mission Valley is technically in San Diego, in a rented stadium. Discussion for another time. We weren't getting paid, so he didn't cover the game.
Yeah,
Abe never
exactly
gets paid.
yeah.
So sorry to break your hearts out there.
I do get paid in other ways.
Oh, memories. All right, so San Diego FC travel over into this hot, humid weather. I do believe it was 92 degrees with some insane humidity. Very different for a lot of these players. Saw people say like this is the welcome to MLS moment for some of these Europeans here in this sort of weather. Lineup for SDFC: Cesar Dos Santos, Lucas Bombino, Ian Pilcher, Chris McVeigh. Same back four with Verhoeven on the right. Then you go ahead and start Yepes Sverskov, Kapitan Sverskov with Mano Dua. Over in the middle with Oni Valakari as well. Anders Dreyer, Maiten Iloski, the same repetition up top. You saw some faces rotate through this matchup. You kind of knew that, again, this couldn't be a downshift for San Diego FC. They could play down a little bit to FC Dallas. I don't think the result was a reflection of that necessarily. They're tired. It's the end of a road trip. They just got through international travel. It does weigh a lot. It's still an expansion team at the end of the day. FC Dallas have not won at home in a while. And they were just looking for some just hope. 11,000 people watched this game according to the official number out there. Even if it was 11,000, that's 2,000 less than what San Diego Wave averages this season so far. But an action here, SDFC early on, a shout for penalty foul on Oni Balakari.
Do you think that's a little bit soft of a penalty, or is that clear to me? I definitely had a reaction immediately after I saw it.
I've seen softer being called against San Diego FC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I definitely
I'll
thought
put it this way.
Immediately in my head, I was like penalty, and then I was like, he kind of like takes a dive for sure, but it's definitely a penalty. You can't take out a foot like that, especially inside the box.
Yeah,
Balakari does a good job to sell it and earn the penalty. Like stuff like this, I think if you show the person that's not interested in soccer that kind of play, they'll be like, "What? How is that a penalty?" But it happens. Soccer. Honors drive.
There's contact, and it interrupts a shot that he could potentially made on target. So despite on how small the contact was, it still disrupted that play. So again, I've seen worse calls happen against different teams as well in MLS. So I think this is a very standard penalty call, at least in this league.
Shout out to MLS for being an inclusive league and allowing Pokemon to be part of the defense for Dallas. Executor.
Oh.
Yeah, just the hairstyle there. Of choice, Dryer down the middle, buries it. 1-0. With that, FC Dallas, again, this goal gets called off, and if I'm FC Dallas, I'm upset about it. It's definitely an offsides, 100%. By the book, it's an offsides, but San Diego FC get off very easily, very lucky, very fortunately on this one, where, you know what? Dos Santos just gets caught in a bad position. Ball goes up and over. That's a cross. It's not a shot.
Yeah, it is a cross, but I mean, that's one of those.
He pressed square, not circle.
Yeah, it's one of those that just curls in and it's like, oh, yeah, golazo.
The reaction of Dos Santos to just have his face in the net is hilarious. That might be his best reaction yet.
Yes, I agree, George. Any kind of contact is penalty, but again, it's I've seen those not be called as well. Hold on, I love these in MLS. Just ¿Qué pasó, compa?
After review, Dallas number 10 is in an offside position prior to the goal. Final decision, offside. No goal.
Very fortunate. No goal there for San Diego FC. Still 1-0, but then Manodua and his play here lead to a chance for Dallas. Acosta takes advantage of that, goes around Dos Santos, ties it up 1-1. Again, the Manodua just needs to learn how to put his head up. This can also be a result of Dua having played in a back line at the center back position, because you put him in the center back position, now mentally he has the thought that if he does that exact move, he's close enough to CJ Dos Santos where this ball's eventually going to go back, or there's some sort of backup, but there's too much space, too many other opponents. Either way, it's a mistake.
I think somebody mentioned it in the chat, but where's Verhoeven on this play? Like, he's a little bit like right in front of him, right next to him, trying to kind of make a run a little bit. Is he? Do you think he's supposed to be in that spot, or should he be a little bit more in the traditional right back spot, back behind him?
I think that we should watch it here. Okay, so you're saying Verhoeven.
This is someone from the chat. I'm not sure who it is. I think it might have been George earlier. But Verhoeven's a little bit right next to him, when maybe if he's in this big open green area, that's the more clear pass for Manu Dua to make, instead of trying to send it all the way back to the center back spot.
It's an unfortunate circumstance, but Manu Dua needs to just put his head up.
Yeah.
Because look at how much green space is between him and Chris McVeigh. Like, he just needs to just put his head up. That's all this play required, Verhoeven or not. Like, if Verhoeven's there, okay, does he then look up and do that? Like, I don't know.
And I think with more experience, he'll learn to use his body. He's the tallest player on that midfield.
Yeah.
Like, you can probably shake off 2 players with your physicality there. So, again, I think he's 20 years old. It's his first start. There's nerves that go in it. I wouldn't put too much pressure on the kid, especially with a mistake like this. That's bound to happen. Like, we saw Chris McVeigh do a mistake even worse a couple weeks ago, and look at him back. Like, he's still performing at the level that he's been performing. So, those mistakes are going to happen.
Yeah, I know Animal Godoy might be coming back soon, just because his time with the Gold Cup is ending. I think they lost in penalties with Panama, but I still would like to see Manu Dua play a little bit more in the midfield, or at least get more minutes, especially with Alvarado, who seems like he's going to be out for a bit longer. And I know we haven't reached that part of the game. Well, that was in Vancouver, right? Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that was last game.
We didn't talk about that, but
wasn't on there, but
he went down. Vancouver scored while he was down. It was a bit of a tough look. I think Mikey Vadas had a lot of issues with the refs in that game, but it was just in that one moment. He was definitely giving the refs the business. But Alvarado missing from this midfield might have proved to be a little bit troublesome, but if Godoy comes back, it might not be that bad.
Yeah, 100%. And Alvarado, huge loss. And again, a very thin San Diego FC depth chart. Even if you sign Milanowski, like, who else? Like, you need to start bringing players. Even if they're going to put Manu Dua a little bit behind in that midfield pecking order, just somebody in there to start making those changes. I would give you Chiva with a big boy. He can block off a player. With that, he would learn how to use it 100%. Dallas, then coming back, they tied, then go up later in the game here. A good chance that goes in. Where'd it go? Right here.
I wonder what were your thoughts after this? Were you like, oh man, San Diego really about to lose this one, or did you actually think, no, this is a game where San Diego can tie and maybe win?
Yeah, this is trap game. Like, as soon as I'm like, oh, yep, trap game.
I thought they would definitely equalize. Just knowing how they do come back. Like, that's the kind of comeback I expected, is like the 55th minute. Maybe next 20 minutes, you're going to have Dallas trying to pour it on. They weather the storm, able to score one more. But I definitely didn't expect a 3-2 victory at this point in the game.
I will answer with my goalkeeper hat on, George. Did Del Santos spill too many balls to the middle in this game? Any ball spilled into the middle is too many balls spilled into the middle. But in this one, what is he supposed to do? That by the
like
book,
he blocked that already. Yeah, like
training, that's what you're supposed to do. You get that's the hard part. To get down there, that's the hard part. Anything after that is ganancia. Anything after that is you're living on borrowed time. Like,
boom, clear it. Oh, someone else gets to it.
There's nobody there, and there's just virtually no time for Dos Santos to get there. It's a great stop initially, though.
Yeah, and it's one of those where the ball just rebounds to the opposing player. Like, that goal happens all the time, and it's an unfortunate one. But I mean, Dos Santos still makes an impressive save, and he almost gets a hand on that second shot as well. So I mean, at this point, you're really thinking. I agree, Abe. I was really thinking as well. This is something San Diego FC can definitely tie, especially the way they've been playing. And then, interesting, so Chuky Lozano comes back as well, which is a big moment for San Diego FC to have Lozano back.
What was the oh yeah for?
Lozano coming back.
Chuky Lozano coming back. Yeah,
Chuky Lozano coming back.
Chuky
Like,
Lozano.
Deploy.
That's how a lot of fans felt.
Lozano.
Action here in the month of June. Finds Eloski. Eloski in front. Chuky Lozano ties the game.
Y le ganó el Pokémon también.
His first meaningful moment is a goal.
Came in a few minutes ago to change the rhythm of this game for Mikey Varas in this San Diego side. Here he is starting to play about 35 yards out.
What a pass to Chuky, though. Like,
yeah.
What a great pass. What a great ball. What a great play by San Diego FC in general. Like, that was quick. This ball is going to travel across 1, 2, 3, in between 2, across 3.
Did that deflect off of a defender there?
Take a look at it.
I think that might have been a shot by Loski. I'm not.
No, that's not a
No,
that's not a
it's a
shot.
great pass, dude.
That's
And
a great
that's the thing with Deloski, right? You don't only get goals, but you also get that vision. He can assist us like that as well. So it's honestly nothing but good things for San Diego FC.
What I like about it is that Chuky starts the play, follows it, calls a shot, tap it in right there. That's a great play. Great effort by Chuky Lozano. It was Tony's Chuky Lozano dance.
Gotta do the kiss. He does this, right? Every time.
Kisses his backhand.
Yeah. I think it's like a ring or something. That's what I would imagine. He's
Oh.
like.
Cute. He's a gentleman. Chuky's a gentleman. Any case, 2-2. You're like, all right, cool, good match. Dallas tries to come back. They have a shot with a clear header in the 93rd minute that goes over the bar for Dos Santos. Very nearly goes in. Yeah, I got to do better right in front of goal there. But eventually, guess what? You're playing against San Diego FC. And my, oh my, how much does San Diego FC love scoring in the last 10 minutes?
Lawfulson now for San Diego. Dreyer in the box, looking for Angel!
Tomas Angel, SanDiego.Futbol's goal of the week. Game winner, game set match. 3 points, 9 points off from the road. First place, San Diego FC. What more do you want?
That was just such a tough reaction from Dallas too. Could you imagine being Dallas in that game? You're like, that you let them equalize. You feel like you might score, and then finally, it's like, okay, maybe we're just gonna have a tie game. And then, like, I think all of their heads just went down in that after that goal. They're just like, oh,
yeah.
Especially after such a hot game, 9 minutes of stoppage time too. That's just brutal for the boys in Frisco.
You know, when you're rooting for a team like that for a while, you kind of get used to it, and you're like, "Oh man, we thought we had this one," but it's the same old Dallas. Like it's the same thing. Like a lot of teams that happens to. I mean, I saw Chivas at a final when they were up 2-0 and they lost 3-2. So
when they were up
used to it, you get
feel like they were gonna win though.
Yeah, dude, they were up 2-0 at halftime.
Sorry.
Definitely felt like we were gonna win.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like that though. Like sometimes you might be up, like, and you're still just like, I don't know, this defense.
Yeah,
No.
When was that? I'm trying to remember. When was that game?
I remember being at the Mexico game against the U.S. For the Gold Cup final back in 2012, where Mexico was down 2-0 in the first half. And that was the famous Giovanni Dos Santos goal, but then they tie it up, they take the lead. So I mean, when they were down 2-0, a lot of people felt like, man, like we're screwed. And that was like before the U.S. overtook Mexico and talent and being the better team in CONCACAF.
Well, yeah, that was Landon Donovan's fault.
That was Landon Donovan's fault. Pinche racista se lo agarró como pollito.
You didn't get it?
Can you hear that?
Can you hear
Can
that?
the people hear
Did you
that?
What? I didn't hear anything. What was it?
Oh, maybe the people can't hear the music. That
You know
you're
what?
playing.
I'm okay if that's the case.
He's been playing music, like little drops here and there for
Hi, Tony. Nice to hear your voice again.
I can't hear it. So I don't
been
know
a
if
while.
other people can.
Wow.
That's disappointing.
We've been quiet for like so many times while Tony's just dropping these like stupid sound bites.
I just thought my Wi-Fi was acting up, and I was like, oh, like I gotta stand still for
that's
now.
why we get quiet. God. Damn it, Tony.
Can you hear when the commentators are talking about the goal?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear that.
What the hell?
Womp womp.
2011
Anyways,
2012.
what more do you think there is to say about San Diego FC? Like they're playing out of their minds. They're better than they've ever been.
Transfers are coming up. What do they need?
Do they need something? Are they going to add something? Are they going to sell something?
No, they need depth. They need another player. I feel like they need another center back. I mean, you have three natural center backs. Like, I mean, where's Andres Reyes? Like, at this point, you only have 3. I think they need to bring another center back with a little more experience as well. But that would be hard to get them used to the style, right? So, I think the priority has to be Iloski. They have to either keep him on a long-term loan for the rest of the season, or they need to make sure that they just signed him already. I hope they don't make the mistake of being desperate and making him a DP signing, because I don't think Iloski should be a DP signing, at least not yet. And I don't think they're going to go with the DP route. I don't think they're going to go another DP. I think if anything, they get maybe another 1 or 2 players that are just going to strengthen the depth. But I think a center back and potentially maybe another center midfielder could be the answers that they need.
People are saying another DP defender, need a DP10. You already have a DP10. He just plays on the wing for you, and Anders Dreyer is number 10. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult for anybody. A good stat that 619 Soccer put is that there was, I believe, 9 goals since Paddy McNair went down with an injury over in Northern Ireland. So something to keep an eye on for just longevity. But anybody you get is going to be depth at this point, and whether it's not, they're going to be a starting player. Whether it's him getting what is that? Reyes is getting 700K and has played 30 minutes. Who's going to take that?
I was going to mention that too. I do have
Colombia.
The payroll right here in front of me.
Yeah.
You guys, who would you think is probably, I guess Andres Reyes was an answer, but who do you think outside of him and outside of the DPs is the highest paid player on SDFC?
I knew this.
Paddy McNair.
Paddy McNair.
I want to say Paddy McNair.
What's your guess, Tony?
My guess would have to be loan. Oh
wait, Marcus and Varston.
I mean, Yepe. No, because they're on a bargain.
Okay, the answer is not Yepe. He's making 700,000. The answer is Luca de la Torre on.
I was gonna say de la
loan.
Torre, but you're not really paying. Well, yeah, you're paying it.
What was he
on loan? I guess.
Helps.
I guess McNair.
McNair also is making 732 is his base, so a little bit more than Sparskov.
Mm-hmm.
But
how much is Invarson making?
Invarson is making 1.74.
So he's the most.
Oh, I'm serious. Yeah, that's more than.
Yes, 1.74
million.
Wow.
Which
what a waste! What a waste of money.
I don't think you could.
When they signed the wrong striker. I'm sorry.
You're expecting him to be the 9. You I think it's okay to shell out a lot of money for a striker and take a swing like that, especially when you're expecting him to come from Nordsjælland and be on the thing. He is obviously underperformed. He hasn't played very well in the games he has been in, and he got injured very early on. But what were you gonna say, Chiva?
I think they signed the wrong striker, and I think everyone would agree. The way Iloski's playing out, you would agree that they should have signed Iloski over Invarson.
They didn't know that, but they can do the right thing and just sign him, and that's everybody will be happy with that. Like everybody will be happy.
We messed up. We said we wanted Invarson on loan, not Milan. You guys wanted Invarson back, right?
And Norson says no take backsies, please.
Like we want Milan back. Give him please give him back.
Let's answer the question for the people. How much for the DPs? Dreyer and Chuky Lozano.
Okay. Anders Dreyer is base salary 2.1 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Chuky Lozano 6 million this year.
My man is concerned they own both clubs. They can do what they please. Well, that's the thing that we're starting to figure out, right? Who is the A side?
Is there an A side?
Is there an A side between FC Nordsjælland and San Diego FC? I guess it'll take years to answer that question for sure.
This is the true test of what this Right to Dream Network Academy, all this stuff means, I think, because Milan, I'm sure FC Nordstrand would love to have Milan Lasky at the level that he's performing at right now. And San Diego FC, Mike Varas also wants Milan Lasky to stay. So questions are going to have to be answered. I mean, Mike Varas even said, he was like, he's not freaking leaving. Like, what was this quote? He's like,
yeah, I asked him,
leaving.
hey, are you planning to cap him after July? And he's like, yeah, he's not going anywhere. So
is that just throwing away all your bargaining, all your, like, are you just telling, like, is that his message to Tyler Heaps? Like, hey, you better freaking keep this guy here.
What else can Milan Lasky do to raise his value at this point? There's literally nothing.
Like, play for free? I don't know. Like, what? He's completely at another level right now, and they need to sign him, or at least extend the loan.
It'd be sad if somebody else picks him up in the league. It wouldn't happen. I don't think with Tyler Heaps at the helm making his right moves that would happen.
No, but Cholos may throw something at him.
Dang.
Cholos on Milan Lasky. Oh my god. Milan Lasky on Cholos? With Gilberto Mora right there, dude.
You still get to live in San Diego?
Dude,
yeah.
Sounds good.
That sounds like life. Shout out Joe Corona.
Probably would make more money.
Dude, a Milani Lasky jersey, the Cholos? And oh, dude, and then you announce it, and he plays half like Chicharito did for Chivas and Man U, half at CFC, half Cholos, scores on both sides. Oh man. This is chaos. Can Ilowski have a say on what team he plays for?
Nope.
At this point, with alone, no.
I mean, he can just say what he wants to do, but he doesn't really get. Yeah, it's like when football players get traded, like they don't really have a say.
Where they do have a say is the NWSL.
Yeah,
NWSL players have a say whether they want to leave or not. All right. With that, again, San Diego FC have cemented their spot in first place. First place, ding ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. First place for San Diego FC. You know what? On the Chrome Maniacs every Thursday.
Ooh.
For the first time.
Okay.
Ever.
I saw this.
You saw it. I
was disappointed.
You were disappointed. I was disappointed about having to do that.
Too.
But guess what? It warrants being wrong. A response, because again, I wasn't just proven wrong. I was saying Milan Ilowski needs to come off the bench. Don't start him. Why are you starting him? Like, just he's been doing fine here. Just ride it out. I was shut up. Like, when I'm proven wrong with 4 goals, that's the only thing that can trigger such a reaction. It's not going to happen every other day. Like, it needs to have a 4-goal performance by a player type situation to trigger such a reaction of me wearing that merchandise, at least temporarily, on a separate podcast from this, because this is where this SanDiego.Futbol 2 balls and a mic is where we draw the line on all that nonsense. Tony's going to start saying Chuky needs to come off the bench now. To be fair, I thought they were going to give him less time, but I saw Chuky come on. I'm like, that's a little early for Chuky. I was saying the 75th minute, he was already on there. By the 75th minute, I was like, interesting. And then he scores around the 75th minute. I was like, okay, I was wrong. But that's not a level of like wrong of like 4 goals.
Tú que sabes de fútbol, güey.
Hey, how are those predictions going?
I actually cut the lead against you, so catching up.
Oh, let's pull up the predictions for the people to see.
Pull them up, please.
Just to hold ourselves accountable.
Please,
and I think we can transition into the prediction section of our
prediction section. What do we have
is
here?
Chiva pulling them up?
Yeah,
there he is.
Pulling them up. He's pulling them up. Pull them up the receipts. All right, what do we have here?
Right here we have the predictions, the table.
League step is coming up, by the way, guys. Do you think SFC gets out of their group? Yes.
Yeah, they do. So Abe and I predicted a win against Vancouver. You predicted a tie, so Abe and I got an extra point there. We all predicted a win against Dallas. Tony predicted a 3-1 win. What was close.
So close.
8 predicted a 2-0. I predicted a 2-1, which again is also accurate. It's a 1-goal difference. So we all get a point there. Right now, up here, Abe is in the lead with 14, kicking all of our butts.
Okay.
Tony at 8, and I cut the lead by 1 against you, and now I'm at 5. And well, I guess I already typed in my prediction, so you can see it. I think they're going to beat Houston 4-2.
So 4-2, Houston, Texas, another Texas team coming into town. This time,
The Dynamo, not the
Dynamo,
Dash.
not the Dash, the Houston Dynamo.
La Dinamita.
What's happening on July 14th?
I don't know. I saw SDFC posted a clip of something. I think they're dropping like a video on July 14th.
It's more content for you guys. I will say, content for San Diego FC has gotten better. Obviously, now the creators are kind of what?
Ya que no está un vato trabajando.
The content is better for San Diego FC, and I can definitely see a direction and a little bit of creative freedom. Some of our hey, look, people work at this club. Like, there are human beings that work for these major corporations, and it's cool to see them being able to use their creative lens even for a little bit. Because let me tell you, the work that goes into what actually comes out on social media versus what they actually shoot is sad. Like, there's so much good stuff that just never gets seen by the public. Whether it's a set of pictures, whether it's a video behind the scenes, like, there's just so much that gets captured that's never seen because it needs to go through a certain lens of corporate MLS-ness. But hardworking people out there, so shout out there. All right, San Diego FC, Houston. We have a 3-1 prediction by Naku, 3-0. Another clean sheet. That would be an 8th clean sheet for Dos Santos. He is right now on 7. 2-0, 3-0.
What do you guys think?
I think I'm gonna steal Paul Nathan Naku's middle name. Nathan. I don't know why.
Paul Nathan Naku.
Did I make that up?
I believe you're right. Yeah, right.
I don't know why I know that. Anyways, 3-1. Yeah, I don't think the defense is gonna be able to keep a clean sheet, especially with still probably without Patty McNair. If you do get Patty McNair, it might be limited minutes.
Okay.
Which also, I did ask Mikey Vadas about Patty McNair, and he said, like, oh, he's going to be progressing a lot better than we expected. It's not as bad as we think. And then he hasn't played for like 2.5 weeks. So
they must have thought it was really bad then.
Yeah, which that does say a lot to me, because they're like, oh, it's not as bad as we thought, but he's still not going to play for like 3 weeks. Like, all right. I don't want to ask him about it again on the injury front. I think Patty McNair and Alvarado are probably the most interesting people on the injury front right now.
Are you
maybe
going?
Willie? What?
Thursday?
Thursday? I think I'll be able to go, yeah.
I think I'll be going too. Chiva?
Oh, sí, güey. Ahorita.
Oh.
Corriendo.
Okay.
They should do it on Friday.
Playback saying you're creeping up the table. It's all good.
I am.
Still in third. Still firmly in third. I'll say 2-0. 2-0 here. Procrastinating Puma. I agree. 8th clean sheet for Los Santos. Why not? Nice, clean, surgical victory at Snapdragon. But yeah, like Reyes, who's always almost been close. It's so weird because he was ready to go. He was ready supposedly to go 90 minutes.
Gets a red card.
30 minutes into the game, and is gone again forever into the shadow realm. Like, that's such an interesting story. Like,
I'm telling you, there's more to that than just injury. There's absolutely no way it's all injury. So
yeah. The more that we come away from that moment where I think Chiva questioned a little bit of things about Andres Reyes, the more I think he's kind of right. Because there's got to be
that was
something.
such a wild accusation too.
But I was spot on.
No, it was so early. That was way too early to make that accusation.
Yeah,
if I'm being,
it was a very early.
But
just
looking back, you're being more and more right. So it's hard to even just question you at this point when you make these kind of accusations. But what is?
¿Cómo celebra Iloski?
Like, I don't think we'll ever even know either. Like, that's the issue. Maybe like once he's gone, this might be a Kurt. I don't want to invoke the Corey Herzog.
The Corey Herzog story.
I don't want to evoke that, but we're getting close to that.
Yeah,
especially if he like leaves at the end of the year with like very little fanfare. Like, I can very much see at any point this year just one of those little like tiny little Instagram posts like, thank you, Andres Reyes, you know?
Yes.
Just like
for
at
sure.
any
Yes.
point, I
Look,
would
man.
not be surprised if that happened.
Look, they wanted Andres Reyes to play this style. He said, I don't like this style. I don't want to play this style. I'm not bought in. No quiero, no quiero. Wah, wah, wah. Gets the start because he has to. Gets a red card. Mikey's like, damn, hey, man, like, come on. Ooh, back on the injury train. All right, let's try to figure out which team would take the $700K off from us for a player that doesn't want to play this style or doesn't want to just wants to whine and not play the style that we want to play. Like, let's see who wants this. Nobody wants it. So now he stays injured all season.
When a player decides to skip the championship game, you know he has problems.
Facts. Facts.
FAX.
Facts. No printer.
But he had such a good game before the championship game, which is the craziest part.
Really great.
He was like,
hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe his girl broke up with him and he's heartbroken or something. Like he has personal stuff going on. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's what we tell people at work, Tony. Hey, you know, I hope everything's okay. We all got personal stuff going on. At the end of the day, this is just professional soccer. So suck it up, Buttercup. Get in the field.
I don't feel that way, but because personal stuff is personal stuff, you know. Like if he's dealing with something, I do think he deserves the respect and ability to say, hey, man, do your thing. Especially because STFC's been generally fine on the center back position without him too.
I would applaud San Diego FC if that was the case, and it's a personal thing, and they put out something, hey, like he's on some PTO type of thing, and like it's personal family things or whatever it is, instead of just placing him on the injury list.
I'm trying to find.
What are you trying to find?
Like what the contract was for.
I think base salary $732K, guaranteed compensation is $807,000, counting as signing.
I mean, he's a big part of the payroll. Like for sure, he's taking up space. At this point, that Tyler Heaps can definitely use, but oh yeah, okay.
They're saving a lot of money too on a lot of their starters that are here. Like especially with their young players, like Alvarado's making a league minimum, Luca Bombino, Verhoeven, they're all making league minimum. So on that front, I think they're able to also save a lot of money too. So TAM wise, I think they're fine right now, and can probably should add, in my opinion, probably in midfield. But where do you even at? Like Anibal Godoy is going to be coming back. It's hard to expect. And then Luca Del Torre has been playing for the U.S. men's national team. Are you just going to expect him to like plug and play immediately and back in this midfield? Like, I don't know.
I think this is what Chivas been alluding to, if he's really hurt or not.
He's not hurt. It's just what it is. I mean, there's no way he plays 30 minutes, gets a red, and he's hurt again for most of the season. Like, it's as what are the kids called? The math's not mathing here.
Now that you are the only allowed assignment for STFC is lower body injury. Yeah. That's the name of the game, lower body injury.
They never even say which leg either. It's just like
lower body injury. Hey, I saw that Chuky was holding his left hamstring. Like, what's that? It's a lower body injury. No. I know.
Well, which particular?
You grabbed the same
in the
hamstring.
Yeah, but it's the same one. But like, is there any? It's a lower body injury. Like, yes, it's located in the lower part of the body, correct? But like on his left hamstring. How dare you? How dare you speak about this? The entire lower body is missing. It was amputated with a just disgusting tackle. He'll be it's like in again early FIFA when the sideline commentator, like, there's an absolute brutal tackle that the guy has to be carted off. He's like, oh yeah, he'll be back up. Just a little bit of a tingle in his left ankle or something. Cheers, Jeff. Like, all right, just carry on. He's the TAM player, and his contract is through 2026. So one more year. But I guess only has time to take pictures with artists that he comes to do concerts here. Yeah.
Did he take a picture of Shakira? Or was that someone else?
No, I think it was J Balvin.
He was here this weekend.
She was here. She was in La Jolla.
That's a big deal. I've been saying Shakira, Are they going to mess up the field? What's the field going to look like now?
That we are on
Are the hips
Snapdragon
messing
Watch.
up Snapdragon Field?
Yeah, that's
Hips don't lie.
Shakira specific stadium this last weekend. Reyes signed to 2026 with a 27 club option. No, cut him. Why? And here's where this is might come through though. San Diego FC is peaking right now for sure, but are they peaking at the right time? Is this the best that we've seen them? Can they get even better? Will and Andre Reyes come in October and just be that player that everybody just completely forgets about? And it's like
secret weapon.
Boom, secret weapon. Andres Reyes, go.
Card out of nowhere. Boom.
You've activated my trap card. Andres Reyes.
No, Andres Reyes is a lost cause, man.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we talked to people that support New York Red Bulls, Tony, before the season started, and they told us, take Reyes. Like, good luck with them.
Yeah, they did.
All the warning signs were there, and I think San Diego FC chose to ignore those. I think Reyes at the time, before all this, was definitely valued higher, and the fact that they got him at that deal, they probably thought, we're getting a great deal. Like, this is still a great talent. Like, SDFC is not perfect. They made some mistakes on player signings. Like, Invarson hasn't been the player that they thought. Tomas Angel is maybe finally kind of coming out of the show and getting the important goals that they kind of wanted. Reyes was a big bust. Franco Negri was a big bust. So a lot of that happening.
A lot of it happening at all times, everywhere. San Diego FC, a lot to talk about, but we'll have a lot more for that. Great stuff here in the chat. Check it out. SanDiego.Futbol, the hub for soccer in San Diego. McVay has definitely stepped up into that role. Lead bodies in the league for Leagues Cup for sure.
So how serious should San Diego FC take the Leagues Cup? Do they prioritize MLS or do they prioritize Leagues Cup? Because I mean, if you're telling me this was going to be the San Diego FC team that everyone thought was going to be a mid-table team or a out-of-playoff team, and maybe take Leagues Cup a little more seriously to try to push for that, but now they're turning out to be one of the best teams in MLS. Do you prioritize that? Do you save players? Do you kind of just put Manu Dua and company in the Leagues Cup, or what do you do there?
I think they're going to try in the group stage, and then after that, it's not going to be as serious, because the group stage, everyone kind of has that break from MLS play, if I'm not mistaken. But then once you get out of the group stage, it's like, okay, now you're also playing the MLS season, and at that point, I think that's when they might say, hey, we got let's maybe let Chuky not have to start this game, stuff like that. So I don't think they're going to take Leagues Cup as super important, but at the same time, they also could very easily put all their focus on Leagues Cup, just because this is an expansion season. They're going to be trying to win every single game. I don't think we've ever seen them put forth like a truly like dud of a performance where they're just like, oh yeah, we don't really care. Like outside of like, I think that Austin game, they've put forth a strong effort every time.
Even if everything, yes, go for it.
No, go. You got it.
Even if everything goes wrong for San Diego FC at this point from here on out, like how far is down? If they make playoffs and they're the last team to make playoffs as of right now, they had a successful season. That's a successful season for San Diego FC as an expansion team. So
they exceed expectations making playoffs.
They exceed, exactly. So
how many points do they have right now?
They
39.
Yeah.
39. Okay, the last team to make playoffs last year was 47 points. So they're already only 8 points away, technically, from making playoffs again, potentially.
Honestly, I think that's how down things at the end of the month. If there's most of available points in a regular season, I say go for it. I say have fun out there. Put a America friendly lineup.
How special do they make the Pachuca game?
They'll bring El Ojitos Mesa back.
Like do they do a like some sort of thing at the beginning to celebrate Chuky Lozano? Like I mean, I feel like it's a special match, especially for Chuky. I think it's the first time he would ever face it against Pachuca.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like it'd be cool if they do something special.
Chuky Lozano on a pole match. Like it.
Ojitos Mesa with the chrome ball.
Oh.
Ya no puede el señor.
Se le cae y se rompe. No.
Real swinging for la neta, SDFC can win it all home.
I agree.
Dang. Bold takes by Chiva. Very positive.
Dude, like, I mean, are you not watching
really,
the same team play?
I've never seen what they look like on an official Leagues Cup match, so I will reserve judgment until further data comes in. As far as MLS, no, 100%. They're world beaters. They're ass kickers for sure.
No, I meant MLS, like Leagues Cup. I mean, I think there's teams that can compete against, like Tigres can compete against them, and I think there's other teams that can beat SanDiego FC, but that's just my Mexican bias. Still trying to root for them to be better than MLS. So.
He was talking about MLS Cup.
Me too. There you go. Me too. Yeah. Yeah, I think they can win it all.
La neta el planeta, güey. O sea,
what do you, if you had to choose Supporter Shield, MLS Cup,
or
Leagues Cup? How about that?
MLS Cup.
I
always.
However, if you ask Casey Stoney, Supporter Shield.
Casey Stoney would tell you Supporter Shield.
That's the championship of the nation in a way.
It's the same thing. Like if you ask any fan of a Mexican soccer team, like, oh, do you prefer to finish first in the league, or do you want to win the whole liguilla and everything? Like, you want to win it all, and that's just the way this league is set up. Like, you have to make playoffs. You have to win playoffs and win the MLS Cup. That's the actual champion. Don't get me wrong. I think the Supporter Shield still shows that you're one of the best teams and in the league, but at the end of the day, that's just not how it operates in America. And that includes Mexico as well.
Yeah, it's America, man.
It is weird because I do feel like in the NWSL, the Supporter Shield is much more valued than the Supporter Shield in the MLS. Like it's kind of a weird dichotomy because they're both American teams. They both have playoffs, but for some reason, I guess MLS is just like, hey, we want our damn playoffs. All right, we're gonna find out at the end of the year. They can be 34 games, but we do not care what the record is.
Same thing with Mexico, though. It's money.
It is in Mexico too, but it's a weird.
It's more money, man. Like that's what it is.
More money for the owners. Like more is that like
more money for the teams, ticket sales,
more money for the teams,
everything.
Like I think it's weird because like as a fan, like would you rather see your team win as many like over time of across the 34 weeks? It's not gonna be 34 weeks. It's more or less however long of the year. You're seeing your team win more often if your team's winning the Supporters Shield. Whereas if they take a run in the playoffs, it's like, well, that was a good month, a good month and a half of watching soccer, and they barely made it into the playoffs. But I still believe I do agree with you guys. I'm kind of devil's advocating here. MLS Cup probably better than the Supporters Shield, but it's weird how our American minds have kind of always want these damn playoffs.
I agree. Supporter Shield, I mean, it's the fancy plate at this point. Championship or bust, but SanDiego FC can do both, man. I don't know. Like
they are playing at a level, yeah.
SDFC can lose the rest of the games this season and finish like 10th or 11th, and you cannot sit here and say that was a horrible season. Like they still had a good run. I don't think anything they do, anyone can justify saying like, damn, like this team sucked. At the end of the day, it would be a part of a failed season just because of the momentum and where you were at one point. You dropped out of playoffs, and that's a failure. But overall, for an expansion team, you look at that and you're like, oh, wow, like didn't expect that.
I love it. SanDiego FC return here to Snapdragon Stadium this weekend against Houston Dynamo at 7 p.m. this Saturday. Be there, be squared.
I don't think Chiva's going to be there, right?
I'll be there.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not going to be there. Sorry.
It's fine.
I will be there.
I love it.
You don't have to apologize, Abe.
Never.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
If they lose 14 games in a row after being first, I think you could say it's absolutely.
Yeah, that would be insane if they lose 14 games in a row. Have like absolutely horrible.
I kind of want to see that because then I'm going to be a post-match press conference with Mikey Vadas. I'm like, all right, Mike, it's been 13 in a row.
Yeah, we would definitely try
yelling at you after they play in Houston, and then you get
just disappears,
and then he disappears.
Goes back to Chile for a bit, sees some family, and terrible circumstances. That terrible. Why did I don't know, because that's what happened with Casey Stoney. Like that's that. I'm sorry, that's the reality. It's season's greetings. 2 balls and a mic. SanDiego.Futbol. With that concludes our discussions on San Diego FC. Anything else, guys? Chiba? If not for the bare minimum, I was asked like the other day, like, "Oh, you guys talk with San Diego Wave? This is like, why?" Like, if at the bare minimum you watch or support San Diego Wave, because not only does it have the name San Diego, but they play against and have a little bit of a rivalry against a team against LA. Like LA has a rivalry with San Diego ish. It's
also
brewing.
on the world stage, the NWSL is a better league than the MLS.
Yeah. Oh shit. This is what gets you.
That's a fact. That's a fact, though. What are we talking about?
I know it is. It just hits the ears. Just knowing what people are going to be like. Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, let them be rah rah rah. Like it's a
was
fact.
not the best thing to ever happen in San Diego sports, Chiva.
Yeah, women's sports are huge.
Kevin Kuzminoff signing with the Padres overshadows anything Alex Morgan did.
Did someone say that to you?
No.
That's such a random pool.
Hey,
I would have let you respect it if they did say that. It's like, you know what, you pulled that, you're right.
Hey, be happy that I didn't say Alex Morgan's 4-goal game in the first game for San Diego Wave was better than Iloski's 4 goals.
No, too many penalties.
Okay, that's
too
fair.
many penalties.
Actually, that's
stop.
Fair. But it's the first game, though. It was the first game.
It was the first game.
Like to,
and it was at home.
Speaking of Alex Morgan, she is getting her number retired for San Diego Wave.
For what?
I think that news dropped after the podcast on Tuesday last week.
Tony, what do you mean for what? You were just saying, "Oh, Iloski's shirt needs to be retired." And hang like, wait, no matter.
That was kind of jokey, right?
I know it was jokey.
Yeah,
I know
it was jokey.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get into it. Should Alex Morgan have her kit retired for her time with San Diego Wave?
No, it's the greatest soccer signing in San Diego sports, like San Diego soccer history. But what did she accomplish? They didn't win a championship. They won a Supporters Shield. Yeah, but they didn't win a championship. She won a Golden Boot. Oh, okay. Like
Ballon d'Or runner-up.
Oh, great. We're celebrating. At least you tried trophies.
I think I'm gonna generally agree that having her number retired, especially this early too, and like it's not like it's been years and she's old now.
No, she's an owner. Like
she owns the team. Yeah, like she has her own box at Snapdragon Stadium. Like she's there a lot.
That was part of the deal for like, I'll become an owner, but you have to retire my jersey.
Maybe like poor Melanie, but that's just like, oh, I wanted to wear.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like I think in the women's game, her number is such an iconic number that other players want to potentially wear it, and of what it represents, like the weight that it has. Like you look at numbers like in Barcelona, like number 10 has such a big weight because Messi, Ronaldinho wore that number. Like you have possibly Lamine Yamal possibly going to take that number. So I think it just takes away a chance for players to represent and kind of live on that legacy when you retire. I think retiring jerseys is the dumbest thing in the world. I
think it is. I agree on the soccer sense because numbers have association with positions themselves.
But Chiva, how else are they going to use this great marketing and comparing her to a barn animal. I mean, I guess the goat, like literally the goat, but like, did you really have to go all out with the goats? Sorry.
Okay, what
I have her tatted right here in my
let's
my wrist.
let's be real here. Who say who's played longer on San Diego Wave than Alex Morgan? Kristen McNabb.
Yeah.
Kaylin Sheridan, Mackenzie Robbie.
What are you gonna do? Retire number one?
You're gonna retire number one. I mean, Kaylin Sheridan's had an unreal impact on San Diego Wave as a goalkeeper, as a captain. She's still playing. She's a major.
I feel like Naomi Girma accomplished more with Wave than Morgan did.
That's potentially true as well. She was Rookie of the Year. She was Defender of the Year twice. She was helped San Diego. I mean, the U.S. Women's National Team win an Olympic gold medal. Like, Alex Morgan's obviously impact on women's soccer can't be understated. She's like a completely like an iconic player, a trailblazer, super important. But as far as a San Diego Wave retirement jersey, I don't think so. I think she's gonna be a club legend for sure. But to retire the jersey, like I'm definitely on your side, Chiva. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just wild, and I get it.
Early on too.
Look, at the end of the day, you haven't been able to sell out a game at 30,000 people. Like, this could potentially maybe bring 20,000, 25,000 people into the stadium.
Oh,
they haven't even opened up the upper bowl.
No.
Oof,
that's literally what this is for.
So
it's
maybe they
tickets.
Maybe if they sell
struggling
enough tickets, then they'll open up the upper bowl for this game. But like, it's a weird marketing move. It's a weird move in my opinion, just because I think moments like this are supposed to have like gravitas, and like they don't even have a banner for their supporters shield.
No, they don't.
They don't have a banner for their challenge cup, and they're gonna like, are they even allowed to hang Alex Morgan jersey or have a sign for her at Snapdragon Stadium?
They're gonna paint it on center field to make up for the San Diego State paint that.
But there's gonna be a SDSU game the day before, so it's still gonna have the leftover Aztec logo.
Yep. Yeah, no, really strange move. A lot of strange moves happening in San Diego Wave. Very questionable things actually happening with San Diego Wave. Just in other non-related things. But let me tell you, the ticket sales, that's on the organization just itself.
Also, why do you announce this like
now,
when there's not even games happening
now
during an NWSL break? Like, it seems kind of weird. Like, maybe you want to get a big runway to have people learn about this and be excited for her retirement thing. But
well, you can catch the latest on Unlaced, the new podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Wave. I do like hearing more stories on that realm, especially from players. So I do like that Kaylin Sheridan's starting that podcast, especially from captain too. When you really think about it, like, how many captains of a soccer team have a podcast, official team podcast? So maybe they'll be able to open up more with some of the players on the team. So I generally like these kind of things. So it's cool. Shout out.
I'm just saying, if performance starts dipping from Sheridan, that needs to end.
You just like this damn podcaster. Who is the guy from?
Am I wrong? Like,
I don't think it's that much of a distraction. It's media. Like, if you could say that about us interviewing them in the middle of the week.
I guess you're right. Travis Kelce has a podcast then. And his performance dipped. Oh man.
Who the goalkeeper for Wrexham? He had a podcast, didn't he? Ben Foster, that guy, right?
Yes, Ben Foster. Yes.
He was pretty good during his podcast. He was. I do like that. That's a cool move, but
Maria Sanchez is no longer part of San Diego Wave.
I thought that was already announced. Like, wasn't that official?
It wasn't official. Was it official?
I think it was official.
Oh,
I think so. We talked about it last week.
It made it official on Monday morning.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No. It's okay.
Another news, there was rumors that Jackie Ovalle is going to Barcelona. That's interesting women's soccer news, I think. Leaving Tigres, she's gonna finish up the year, I think, this half season, and then gonna go over to Barcelona.
If you're not familiar with who La Maga is,
hey, careful how you say that here in America.
She's the original Maga, okay? Making Tigres great. I don't know.
I really had to be mindful about
This
typing that
happened
in.
during our game too. I mean, during the podcast. This goal that she
It's
had.
probably one of the greatest goals I've ever seen.
Yeah. Against Chivas too. Wow.
Yeah, no, it was
Some great goals against Chivas in the history.
Here it is.
one of the greatest goals I've ever seen in my life.
La maneja, le va a meter todavía. ¡Ay, cómo le quería disparar! ¡Qué gol! ¡Gol!
Like there's such intentionality by putting her feet in a scorpion position. It's going counter. All right, yeah.
Spanish broadcast too. Like the voice getting higher as like after seeing that, like you could feel like someone's voice being like, "Oh my god, that's so insane goal!" Like, oh, that's
Like she can't believe she's doing it.
like it's taking breaths away. It is on. That's such a good goal, but that's not wave talk though.
Where's the
Crazy.
official news? She's not coming to San Diego Wave. There's the news.
She's training. I saw her on Instagram. She was like practicing at.
That's not what my source said. All right.
What is
yes? What is
Shiva? Hi.
Press the button.
Hello.
Press the button.
Can't speak on it just yet, but I will have an update on that next week's episode. She has an update too. That was perfect timing. Thank you, Luna.
Wait, you have different names?
Yeah, 2 cats. That was Luna.
It's not just like cat 1, cat 2?
No, it's not.
That was the most comedically perfect.
The cats are
the perfect period to.
Meow. He's like, no es cierto. Meow.
That's
like,
her saying.
meow.
That's her saying, "Dad, please be done already." Oh, are you playing music again?
I don't know.
Are you playing music?
You're saying you want to be done? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we'll have to.
Is there
wait
much
on...
San Diego Wave to really talk about? Because they're going to be on break.
They are going to be on break. I know we did mention last week that we at some point want to do the report cards. We could do that today. We could save that for another time too.
Let's say we're going to go.
We could go. We could go player by player if you want.
Ooh.
That would take a long time.
How about let's go back? We did?
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, we'll go one player a week.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Here's a. I don't know if the people can see the screen, but Trinity Byers. I would give that a
N/A.
Yeah, NA.
NA here on the left. Kaylin Sheridan, number 1 goalkeeper.
Capitana.
Captain. I'd give her a B.
B.
Yeah, B. It's not her best work this season. Not her best work. She hasn't been the best Kaylin Sheridan in a while, actually. She still gets one of the top goalkeeper, but like I know what she's capable of.
I think on the distribution front, because of how she's able to create plays and move the ball up, I'd still give her an A-.
Oh.
But yeah, you are onto something there with the actual goalkeeping itself, but as a person, as the captain, as the person moving the ball around, she's been pretty good. All right, that's enough. We did 2 players.
Well, I mean, he's finished. It's right there.
Trinity Armstrong.
We can do defenders today.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Trinity Armstrong. A. She's a starter. I mean, to fill in the shoes of the defense that had Naomi Gurma. Kennedy Wesley's now paired up with the bench because Trinity is in there with McNabb. Like,
wait, Tony. I disagree. Just because she's starting, you can't just give her an A. I give her a B because there have been moments in games where she gets beaten due to the lack of her experience. So I would give her a B.
I would give her closer to what you're saying. She does make mistakes, and at certain points it gets kind of exposed a little bit. So I'd probably say an A- just because at her young age, she's still such an important presence on the defensive line and has kind of filled the Gurma role. And then she's also scoring goals, which is something that Naomi Gurma never did.
Oh, never did.
Facts. That is facts.
I still think Naomi Gurma probably deserves her number.
You know what, guys? We're here already.
No, let's just do defenders. Let's just do
defenders.
One more.
Hannah Lundqvist, yeah.
Hannah Lundqvist, B.
B plus.
Just B, like just very solid in that back line. She knows how to move forward. She's been very instrumental in a lot of different ways. And Jonas Heideval's style and very important on getting the ball tidied up and cleaned up into the middle so that Kedna Dali and company can then distribute and move forward. Like I say a B. Again, 87%, 87 going into that B plus area.
Yeah, I would say B plus.
Yeah, I agree. B.
Yeah, I agree. Playback.
Daniela Arias away from.
Daniela Arias is chilling with Andres Reyes, like Colombians. Like I don't know.
She's playing for a national team though.
She's sure we might see Andres Reyes play for the national team before he plays for SanDiego FC, man.
I have a theory that I'm not gonna bring up on the podcast.
Cool. Oh. Type it in the private chat. In the huevos. Kennedy Wesley. C. She lost her starting spot. Like that carries weight. Not that she did anything wrong, but she did lose her starting spot. And in the time that she was there were times where, she put her body on the line. She definitely, gave it her all, but there were times where she was definitely outclassed in certain times. I don't know if George here is saying D for Kennedy Wesley or
C plus.
C plus.
Yeah, she did lose her starting spot. Kind of in a weird way. She got a red card that really shouldn't have been a red card, and then ever since then she lost her starting spot. So I think Jonas is just very strict when it comes to making mistakes like that.
Yeah, I think Kristen McNabb has played a part in that as well. She's kind of played at a bit of a higher level than Kennedy Wesley, but I agree with you. I C plus. She started off the year pretty well. I think she held that back line down and was solid in that spot, but since then she had a bit of, sometimes she would get a little bit exposed, had a bit of few mistakes, but like she might come back and take that starting spot away from Kristen McNabb too. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but yeah, probably C plus right now.
Kristen McNabb, I give it a B plus. I think she stepped up in important games, but I think she's also made some crucial mistakes. I personally don't think I would give anyone on the back line except Pro Moroni an A.
Yeah, Pro Moroni definitely deserves it. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, she used to play in the French league, so she speaks very well in terms of that play style with Pearl Moroni.
Yes, McNabb is the definition of just there.
In a good way, like there in a positive way.
What I do like about McNabb that I feel like I haven't seen out of a lot of defenders this year is that she will just clear the ball sometimes. And I kind of miss that in soccer. I feel like we used to see that a lot more, where it's just like, oh, dangerous position, I'm just gonna kick it as far as I can. I think that's kind of fun to see out of a player, but she is kind of just there. So B.
Moroni is an A.
Moroni A, yeah.
A. She's the best defender in the team. That's just point blank. Period. Quincy McMahon hasn't gotten a lot of minutes, so I would rate Quincy McMahon at D.
She's earning spots playing with the US under 23s too, which is interesting to me. Like I think that she's still highly rated among US soccer circles and expected to play well. I think she's also kind of played as a winger too, I think, with the US women youth national team. So that could be in her future as well. So I think this is kind of like a long-term investment for a Wave, maybe.
Yeah. I think especially placed at the left back position. So Per Moroni is just too good.
Locked it down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But all right, we'll return with midfield and potentially offensive. The
offensive,
just
who's the most offensive SanDiego Wave player?
Just
who offends you the most?
Who offends the most? But anyways, that's gonna be it for SanDiego Wave, and I think we've gone through the gauntlet.
No jugado, güey.
No
jugado.
Yeah. On the international front, I think Women's Euros, has that started yet? I don't think that started yet, right?
Not yet, but there are Euros.
There was friendlies that happened I think the women's Euro start on July 5th. I'm not
July 2nd.
Okay. July 2nd. So be on the lookout for that. I think we would be fun to see Delphi and Cascarino. I believe Hanna Lundqvist is also going to be out there.
Sweden versus Denmark, France versus England. Good match. Some good matchups.
France versus England. That's
a great matchup.
I'm gonna make some time to watch that one for sure.
Perfect.
International front, Adriana Leon, Caitlin Sheridan played in their friendly against Costa Rica. Not much to say beyond that. Kira Kruisa played. I might have been a full 90. She played in the U.S. women's national team against the U.S. women's national team. San Diego local Jordan Bugg played a full 90 for the San Diego women's national team. Surprisingly, made the jump from the youth national team. She played pretty well, I thought. She also has spoken very highly of learning from Naomi Girma while she was training as like an academy kind of player on just like trial basis with San Diego Wave. She like really looks up to Naomi Girma. So
Naomi's just come back.
I think she's having just a fun time on Chelsea. I mean, that's a Naomi Girma jersey, right? That you're wearing.
This one, absolutely, dude. The Naomi Girma, just straight hot off the presses. No, it's a Frank Lampard 2012 Champions League winning season, or 2013, the year after.
Has not won a Champions League yet.
She has not. Caruso got crushed by the U.S. But yeah, all right. With that, it'll bring to a conclusion today's episode. Anything else, gentlemen? We need to talk about. SanDiego.Futbol is the name of the game.
Check out the Cro-Maniacs on Thursday.
Check it out.
It's not night, right? Is it Thursday night? Or?
It's Thursday night because we're recording that.
I end up listening to the podcast the next day. So.
Hey, thank you for that. Check it out. SanDiego.Futbol is the flagship here on SanDiego.Futbol. The two balls on the mic. It's episode 283. Seasons, salutations, seasons greetings. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Thank you, mijos y mijas, amigos, amigas, Jeff, for joining us, everybody on the chat. We'll be back next week to talk more soccer in San Diego. Until then, see you later.